So Squarespace is a very popular structured website builder that's perfect for any non-technical person or just anybody who wants to get a beautiful, effective looking website and blog set up quick. Their primary competitors are Wix and WordPress, and I would describe Wix and WordPress as more like unstructured editors where you have a little bit more granular control over the look and feel of your website, the different placements of elements. Whereas with Squarespace, it is much more structured in the sense that you add in different sections to your website, then you can customize the elements within those sections. I'm sure you've seen their advertisements here on YouTube.
This episode is brought to you by Squarespace.
This episode has been brought to you by Squarespace.
This video was supported in part by Squarespace.
This episode
is brought to you by
Squarespace.
This episode is brought to you by...
This video is brought to you by Squarespace. Well, this video is not brought to you by Squarespace. I paid for all the tools and services in this video myself. The goal of this tutorial video is to show you how Squarespace works. That means I'm going to walk you through step 1 to step done on everything that you need to know to get started with Squarespace. We're going to be using a completely blank template in this tutorial video because I want to show you how Squarespace works. Because once you understand how to build a website from scratch with Squarespace, then it's incredibly easy to just jump into any one of their beautiful pre-made templates and customize to your liking. Anyways, if you're ready to get started, make sure to check the links in the description for links to Squarespace, timestamps, and any other resources mentioned in this video. So let's begin. Welcome to my laptop. This is squarespace.com. And it's a website builder that allows you to build any type of like small business website, a blog, e-commerce, etc. And it's just incredibly intuitive, and you're going to be quite impressed with what you're able to do with Squarespace and how quickly you can create a very nice looking website. Now, to get started is simple. You click on the Get Started button. Now it's going to direct you over here where you can choose a template to design the website to your liking. And these are great because like these are just pre-made. They look fantastic. They are broken up into a wide variety of categories: food, entertainment, travel, types of websites over here, online store, portfolio, blog, scheduling, one page. So a scheduling website would be like, hey, I'll review your financial portfolio, like book my time. That type of deal. So as I said in the introduction though, we're going to be using this right here, blank template, because my goal with this tutorial video is to show you how Squarespace works. So once you're able to create a website using a blank template, then it's super duper easy to jump into any of these templates and customize your website to your liking. So go ahead and click on use blank template. All right, so now it's pretty self-explanatory. We have to go ahead and create a Squarespace account. So go ahead and do that. I'm going to click on continue with email. Now just put in your first name, last name, email address, and password. Okay, so once you go ahead and submit the required information to create an account, you're going to have this onboarding process right here. You can always change any of this information later. It's not essential, but anyways, what would you like to call your site? So this is giving your website its own title. So I'll just call this I'm going to start a website called Action Vloggers. Okay, so that's the website I'm going to be making. We'll click on continue. And now it gives us an onboarding process about how to edit pages, how to create pages, and how to style your website. So go ahead and click on get started, and then welcome to Squarespace. Okay, so I want to give you a tour of the Squarespace dashboard so you kind of understand how things work and where everything is. Now it does have this little assistant over here, but I'm going to click on X because you got this video to watch, and so you don't need the assistant. All right, so you have two primary kind of menu sections. So you have this, which controls the broad aspects of your website, and then you have the magical edit button. And so if you're like, how do I add something here? Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't see, like you have to click on edit. So first off, pages. Let's navigate over here. Okay, so pages control different aspects of your website, primarily the menu bar up top there. So you have the main navigation, that means right there. So when you click the plus sign over here, you can add in different types of pages, a blank page that you can design from scratch, a specific pre-made layout, which is super duper helpful. Like right there, like we can click on contact and boom, we can just add in a quick contact page. It looks amazing. So that's it. You know, you got the main navigation and you can just add whatever you want, a blog, store, portfolio, events, etc. Now you have these not linked pages. And you're like, well, what's the difference between that? Well, not linked are like pages that you want to create on your site, but you don't want them in the menu bar up top there. So you're going to be using this functionality and using probably, I would recommend the blank page function. And you're going to create your about or your privacy policy, terms of use, your legal pages, resources, anything maybe that you don't want to be linking to up top there, but you want to create a nice footer and just have those specific URLs. That's how you would use this function right there. Okay, and so let's back out of this. Okay, so now we have design. So design controls the broad aspects of design of your website. So browser icon means the little favicon up top there, your checkout page, 404 page, access denied screen, social sharing, and your custom CSS. So Squarespace is really nice because it does support custom CSS. So if there's something that you want to, like a unique feature that you want to build into your website that doesn't come kind of pre-made, you can just adjust it here. Maybe you want to have like the padding be really narrow and then like images really wide, whatever. This is where you would kind of adjust those aspects. Okay, next we come over here to commerce. And so in the commerce section is where you can add e-commerce functionality to your website. When you click on it, it does have this pop up, which is like an onboarding process. So I will just close out of this. But anyways, you can easily add physical products to sell, a way to get paid, and a subscription plan. And so you have your inventory, customers, discounts, point of sale, print on demand. So it depends on the subscription plan that you have with Squarespace. So some of these, like the point of sale, for example, I think that's what we go ahead and click on the subscribe button over here. Okay, so that would be under the basic plan if we come down here. So with the business plan, you get e-commerce functionality, but it is a limited, like point of sale, for example, is under the commerce plan. Okay, so now let's navigate to the marketing section. So marketing is where you can adjust your email campaigns, profiles, SEO, location management, pop-ups, announcement bar, which comes there at the top, Instagram stories, products, etc. And then you also have your URL builder and your Google Ads credit over here. Okay, so next we have the scheduling. So scheduling is how people can book your time and give you money. So you can set up scheduling where, let's just click on it actually. So with the scheduling functionality built in, so I'm going to be adding this to the site right now. You can set up a way for people to book your time in advance. So we can click over here to start the 14-day trial. And then you can add in scheduling functionality to your website. Okay, so next we have profiles. So profiles, we'll X out of that. There we go. So profiles just show your subscribers, customers, donors, etc. People who have been interacting with your website. The primary function that I find most useful in this section is being able to show your email subscribers. So let's go back to the home page. Now right here we have settings. Settings is quite important. So settings over here, you have your site availability, whether or not it's public or private. So for example, like you're editing your website, it's going to be private. That means people can't find it. So when you're ready to publish your website, so right here, we want to change it to public. Well, this is where you would need to upgrade your account right here. So you have to upgrade it to publish. Let's go here to the members area. So you can actually add in a members area so people maybe can become paying subscribers, subscribe to some type of membership, or you can just build that into your website. You do have to upgrade your account because currently our site is in trial. All right, next we have language and region, business, social links, connected accounts, extensions, permissions, and domains. So with domain names right there, this is how you add in a custom domain name to your website, and also how you change the built-in domain name. So right now, here is mine, like it's Goose, Koi, 2X, whatever. So if I want to click on this and adjust what this says, I can do that right there. But long term, you're definitely going to want to set a custom domain name. So you can either get a domain name or use a domain name that you already own. So if you click on get a domain name, it'll navigate you here. Domain names like a .com cost $20 a year, but you do get free WHOIS protection. So it's not bad. It's a little pricey. So or you can use a domain name that you already registered somewhere else, like Namecheap, for example. So in general, I always recommend people go with Namecheap because the domain name prices are lower. You get free WHOIS protection. Then your domain names are a domain name registrar. It just makes everything easier because if you get a domain name through Squarespace, then it's going to be through Squarespace until you transfer it to a domain name registrar. And so if you ever want to move away from Squarespace, you can, but you're still going to have to use Squarespace as your domain name registrar. That makes sense? So anyways, let's back out of this one. All right, then we have Google Workspace, billing accounts, mobile bar information, cookies, blogging, and advanced. And then last right there, you have your support channel, which is under the help item in the menu. Let's begin designing our website by adjusting the call to action and the header section of the website. So to get started with designing with Squarespace is easy. You just click on this edit button right at the top there. Squarespace is going to take over the whole page. It looks great. Now to edit the header, you just mouse over and it says edit header. Then you mouse down here, edit footer. Really simple. Now right here, you can add in page content. So the way Squarespace works is that you add in pre-made sections. Now you can add in blank sections. So for example, it says plus blank right there. Then we just have a nice blank section that I can just type text in that I want. or I can just go ahead and click on these little plus signs right there. Then this pops up over here, image, video, spacer, etc. But the advantage of using a website builder like Squarespace is having these pre-made sections. So let me click on add section. And what I recommend doing is adding in a headline. So your headline is kind of like you're branding the website. Like, what's the unique selling point of your website? Why should people pay attention to you? What's your website about? Call to action to direct people somewhere, like subscribe to an email list, read a specific blog post, whatever. Okay. So with headlines, here are the layouts that you have. You don't have that many, but you have enough to choose from. Okay. So you can have a slider right there, just different styles. So I'm going to go ahead and select this very top one right there. And here we go. Okay. So it just automatically adds in the image. Now, in general, I do recommend that you get your own custom images. You can use something like unsplash.com right up top there. And so I'm making like a website on cameras and vlogging. So I can just do a quick search for cameras, and here we go. So we have a bunch of different pictures I can download. Now, one thing with Unsplash I recommend is resizing the images. Like this image right here, or this one right here, it's going to be like a 6,000 by 6,000 pixel massive image. Make sure your images are like 1,500 or smaller so they look good and sharp, but they're not pixelated. Like, see how this is being blown out? It's all fuzzy. It's like, why is it fuzzy? It's because the image is too small for this section. Anyways, now you have blocks here that you can easily and click on and adjust. So if you want to change things, like I want to change the design of this section right there, click over here, click away from the blocks, then click on the pencil icon. Now here you have your format. So you can click on large and it makes it full screen. Section height, small, kind of makes it a little bit more smaller, obviously. And then M, which I think is the best. Then content width, so you can make it very wide, very narrow, or somewhere in the middle. And I kind of like the way M looks. Now to adjust the background, click on background. And here we go. So that's the image that we're using. So you can just replace the image with your own, or you can go ahead and click on delete. If you want to add in a video, you can do that as well. So click on the plus sign there. Then you can just copy and paste in a YouTube URL or a Vimeo link. Then the video will automatically play with no sound in the background. Or you can click on art. So for art, you have a bunch of different designs that you can choose from. So here we go. I'm actually going to be using this one right here. So I kind of like the way that this looks. I really don't like this pink color though. So it's like, how do you change the pink color? Easy. Click on the little gear icons right there. Then over here, you have your start color and you have your end color. So for example, I can click on white right there. This kind of changes the look of this. And then maybe the start color, I can make maybe black. Okay. That kind of changes the look of it as well. Or we could just leave it white or gray or whatever. So if I just leave it, I'll just leave it gray. So we'll have it like this. We click on back. And there we go. Okay. So first thing that you want to do with Squarespace all the time is go here to done, click on save. Okay. Because Squarespace doesn't automatically save your content. So it's going to save you to get in the habit of just clicking save when you make changes. Now, what's one thing you notice? You can't read the text. So it's like, how do you change the text? Okay, I'll highlight it. And then where do I click? Like, it's not there. You're in the wrong space. Now to adjust the color of text, you click away, click the pencil icon, and then you want to navigate to where it says colors. Now with colors, you have a bunch of pre-made palettes. So these are all just pre-made palettes that you can adjust to your liking. I'm going to go ahead and click on lightest one, and then let's go ahead and click on the pencil icon to adjust it. I'll click on confirm. There we go. And then right here, we can adjust the button color, and that's very simple. So you want to scroll down and find where it says button color. So let's navigate there. Let's look for button. There we go. Button is right there. Background, we can change the pink. We'll make it a little bit more red over there. Maybe make it a little bit like a brighter red. There we go. That's perfect. And we'll back out of this. And there we go. So this palette right here, number one, lightest one, is set to this. So all button colors will be this color from now on. And that's the advantage of Squarespace because you can customize these different palettes to your liking. So like when you're designing a section, you just jump into your palettes, boom, click on the one that you want. Then it automatically fills with your colors. Okay, so let's click on close. And there you go. Okay, so now we're good to go with this section right there. And of course, you can always click on the plus sign to add in different items that you want. So if you want a spacer or a line, so for example, let's say, I don't know, I want a line there. So we put a line there. Then I click on this one, we'll add a line to the top, and there we go. Now, because this is our call to action, the front and center right here, you want to make sure that this is actually H1 right there. Change that to H1 because this is your title tag. Now, this is a bit wordy and long for a title tag. So, I would just change this to something like vlogging advice and guides. Okay, something a little bit more keyword rich and short and sweet and to the point. And anyways, that's how you set up a call to action and a header section for your website. Let's continue designing our homepage. So now it's time to add in different sections to the body. So once you're ready with your call to action at the top, this is your H1 title tag, you have the button, a call to action, whatever. Now it's time to start adding in different sections. So go ahead and click on add a section. Now over here, you have your wide variety of sections that you can add in. It's your website. You can pick whatever one that fits you best. If you want to have like a logo wall, you click on that, then boom, right there. Maybe I can say like, okay, like featured in whatever. Okay, I can have this right there. Then featured in. There we go. Okay, so if you're like, this is kind of like a lot of space, then just come there to the section height, content width, maybe small, and then leave it like that. So you have your call to action there, featured in. Then we can add in maybe like another section, like a welcome message, for example. So I can scroll down here, and then I want to click on images, for example. And then let's scroll down here. Just pick one of these images that you think looks nice, that would be an appropriate spot to have like an image maybe of you or your team or something like that. Maybe like this image. There we go. So right here, I could maybe swap this image out. So if I click on this and then I click on the pencil icon, then you can replace your image with ease right over here. Okay. And so that's so nice about Squarespace. You can make a nice looking website so fast and so easy. Now, if we come over here to the text, okay, so the text is set to H3. That's incorrect. H3 means the subheading of an H2 title tag. And so right now we only have like an H1 right there. That should be set to, that's just H2 right there. That's okay. We can leave it like that if we want. In general though, I would rather have this be a welcome message. And then this should just be text, like plain old boring text. So we come here to paragraph. Now you have paragraph 1, 2, and 3. And so what that does is just adjust the size. Now, if you're like, well, paragraph 1 is still small, but how do I make things bigger? Well, there's no way over here. What you have to do is click over here and navigate to where it says Site Styles. So we'll click on that. Okay, so then we come down here to fonts, then right down here. Okay, so we have headings, paragraphs, buttons, miscellaneous. So if we click on, there we go, paragraphs. So right over here, we have a paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3, and then we have the site size. So if I want like paragraph 1 text to maybe be a little bit bigger, we can just go ahead and do that and adjust it as necessary. And there you go. Okay, so it's really that simple to create an effective looking homepage with Squarespace. And then we can, again, like let's add in another section. Okay, so maybe I want to add in like different types of like products or blog posts or whatever. Not that complicated. So if we come over here to like images, I scroll down here, we can just go ahead and add in another image, or maybe I want to add in like a gallery of images. Come down there, or maybe I want to add in like team members or something like that. So we come down here, we have people, pricing, music. Okay, so let's add in people. There we go. Okay, so we can have like meet the team. So we'll click on this. All right, so there we go. So we have this right there, featured in, welcome message that you can adjust right there, meet the team. Now, one helpful thing about Squarespace is that you can click on any like box right here. So for example, I'll click on this one right there, front and center. Actually, let's navigate back here. All right, so we come down here to like the bottom of the box, and then you can see this little plus sign. This plus sign allows you to add more elements to this individual box. So for example, I can add in text, button, form, so newsletter, whatever. So for example, I want to add in my newsletter right there. Just click on newsletter and it automatically fills it in for you, okay? And it's really that simple. So you can do that with each one of these sections independently. So it's like, okay, I just add in a plus sign. There's the email opt-in form. Maybe I want to add in something else, like, I don't know. We'll come over here, like maybe like a graph or something. So let's scroll down there, social charts. There we go. Okay, add in a chart. And okay, now we have a bar chart. Change this design over there, or the data. maybe not a bar chart, but I want a pie chart. There we go. Now we have a pie chart there. Maybe I like, hey, I don't like this being so big over here. Maybe I want next to this. So we can like take it. Then you can kind of scroll, see how it highlights the blue of the section over there. Let it go. And then it kind of autofills that. And you can do that with any section. You can just grab each one of these sections, highlight it, move it over. So drag it there. Then boom, automatically just moves things around. It's very intuitive. Now, again, like it's a very structured page builder. Like you don't have like super granular control over each element, but you can just drag and drop and move things around with ease. Again, if you just go ahead and like remove this, then everything kind of reverts back to the way it was. Just be careful, because what did you just notice? It didn't just delete the pie chart. It deleted everything. It deleted that entire section. So you got to be careful with little details like that. So anyways, that's how you design the homepage. Adding in scheduling so people can book your time and give you money. So with any type of platform, WordPress or etc., you can always set this up on the back end, but it is a little bit technical. And with Squarespace, they take care of all the heavy lifting for you. So again, like people can book your time, you get the confirmation email, they get the reminder email, all the little details that you want are set up. Now, to get started, the first thing I would consider doing if you are considering offering some type of service like that is you definitely want to have like maybe a quick little FAQ. So we come over here to the FAQ section. I like the way that this is laid out, so we can have like a nice little FAQ section that kind of leads people in about who is appropriate for your client service, for example. And then when we get to the bottom right here, we can go ahead and add in another section. And then we would just want to find where it says appointments. So we'd click on appointments right there. Then we have a bunch of different options about how we want to have this set up. So you only have a few different options. So buy a class pack, book a workshop, book a class, book an appointment. So we're going to be doing the appointment function. And so I really like the first one and I like this one over here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this one, book an appointment. Now, again, you can kind of customize the text as you want. So first things first, that this should be an H2 title text right there. And then right down here, we have different types of appointments that we can set up. So we have choose your appointment, and we have different types of services that we can enable. Then we have our information and confirmation. So we want to adjust and edit the scheduling. So go ahead and click on the pencil icon, and then it says right over here to get started with scheduling. So go ahead and click on that. Okay, so with the scheduling functionality, you can add it to your Squarespace account. So they charge $15 a month for this feature in addition to their basic plans, okay? So this is not necessarily included with Squarespace. It's an additional fee. So anyways, go ahead and click on Start 14-day trial. Okay, so now we can set everything up as we need to. So make scheduling fast and easy. So we have our business name right there. So we'll just type in business name, industry, massage therapy. Okay, we'll just say accounting, then the time zone, Central Time. That's totally fine. Let's click on next. Then we can set up our availability. So we'll say I'm available on Monday and Tuesday for booking as well. Now, what is your availability? You can just choose the time that you want. So we just click on this. Okay, then right there. So the way you can adjust is like you just type in here and literally just make it like 8. Okay, I want 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Whatever, that's fine. So there we go. It's all set up. Okay, let's click on next. All right, so what types of service do you offer? Do you want appointments or do you want a class? So a class is more for like a group session, multiple people. Appointments are for like one-on-one thing. Like if you're doing coaching, consulting, I'll review your financial portfolio and give you feedback on it. Whatever you want to do, you can set it up over here. Let's click on next. Okay, so what is the name of your service? So we'll just say M1 Finance Portfolio Review, okay? Something like that. Or your vlogging video feedback, whatever. And then you can, whatever, okay? Now the price, how much you want to charge, we'll say $40. Duration, we'll say 25 minutes. Okay, let's click on next. So how does this work? Okay, so you're joining thousands of business owners who average over 8 hours a month while booking even more appointments. So we can let clients book themselves, accept payments, and sync your calendar. So let's click on get started. And there you go. It's that simple. Okay. So now we've just effectively added some type of consultation service to our website. So yeah, it costs an extra fee on top of the functionality of Squarespace, a basic plan. But if you're actually successful, people are like booking you even like twice a month, it pays for itself. So, and it's also a really nice service because again, it's just integrated well into the site, takes care of all the little details. Okay, so anyways, just take a look and make sure everything looks appropriate. So I have regular hours every week. Okay, so I'm available on these days, Monday and Tuesday. Okay, so we can add a new calendar, and then you can sync your calendar as well with Google Calendar if you want. All right, so let's come over here to rooms and resources. Okay, so we can add scheduling to our website and sync with other calendars. And so we've already done that over here, so it should be updating. Okay, yeah, there we go. So it automatically updated Monday and Tuesday, and it looks good. Okay, so now we're ready, so people can come to our website, they can choose an appointment, they can select the day over here. And then again, you can just click on this icon and kind of switch it out if you want to have something like a different layout, etc. Or maybe you want to start over, but actually, I don't like this layout. Yeah, let's remove this. Then you want to add in a new layout. We can go ahead and click on add a section. So again, let's go ahead and delete this one. Yep. Okay. So for example, let's go here, add a section, then come down here, and then we can change it again as we want. So we'll just click on appointments. Then maybe I want it to be like this. I don't know, this layout. Okay, good. So then we have a choose our service, etc. And so everything's kind of set up and ready to go. And so we can click on the pencil icon. You can adjust things as you want, etc. And to navigate back to your scheduling settings for your coaching, consulting, online class, whatever it is you're doing is very simple with Squarespace. So this is the dashboard. Then you want to navigate over here where it says scheduling. And there you go. So now you're back into the settings. And this is why the scheduling system costs a little bit extra in addition to just your base Squarespace plan, because it's feature rich and it really does take care of all the annoying little things with offering a coaching service. So right there, we have our appointment calendar built in, really nice. So this lets us know people who have booked our time so we can kind of get a heads up and schedule our day around this. We have our clients, like people who we're actually working with over here. Now let's back out of this. Okay, so we have our reports as well. Scheduling page, customize appearance. So the customize appearance function over here kind of changes it the way it looks for the end user. I definitely would just leave it as is monthly, but you do want to add a business name right there. So this is the name that will appear on the scheduling page for your clients. So you don't want to have it just be the name of your website. Maybe like whatever branding you're going to give it. So right now my name is David. So you don't want to have it be the calendar name David, that like vlogging consulting or M1 finance portfolio review service, whatever. Then you can upload your logo to kind of customize this feature a little bit to kind of keep it on brand with the rest of the website. And then there we go. You can change when the week starts, etc. Okay, so let's back out of that. All right, so now if we come down here, you can change your availability, appointment types, and intake form questions. So this is also helpful as well because you could just set up a few basic questions when people book your time so you know what you're going into. You can set expectations, etc. All right, so you have integration, sync with our calendars, and then payment settings is very important to adjust. And so with payment settings right down there, it's set to US dollars, but you can change it to whatever currency is local to you. So then we have requires full payment. So that means like person has to pay upfront for your time, but you can change that if you want. So require a deposit or percentage or whatever. And then you can just set it up over here. We can connect Stripe, Square, or PayPal, however you want to do it. So in general, I would say connect Stripe. So if you're like, don't know what Stripe is, you just have to come here to Stripe. There we go. Okay. And then once you create your Stripe account, all you have to do is navigate back over here, click on connect, and that will connect Stripe to your Squarespace account. And that's it. And so when you get payments, okay, the payments will be approved and then sent to your Stripe account. Then from your Stripe accounts, you can keep track of everything that you need for taxes, then send it to your checking account or whatever it is you're using on the back end. Okay. So a few other little things right there. So I just do want to mention integrations as well. So if you're doing a lot of consulting, you actually can set up on the back end with QuickBooks or FreshBooks, etc., to help manage your accounting. This is for people who are like, you're doing a lot of coaching calls, coaching, consulting, whatever on a daily basis. I wouldn't really worry about this if you're doing like 4 a month or whatever. It's not really that important. But if you're doing a lot, this is something to consider. Okay, so now we have client email. So the client email is important because it helps you set reminders. So by default, everything's kind of set up the way you want it to be. So we have email settings up to 3 reminders. So the reminder 24 hours before the person books their appointment. You can add multiple reminders if you want. So the way I would do it is just set everything up. When people book, they get an email saying, congratulations, you booked your time, or success, you booked your time with this person on this date. Then set up a reminder 24 hours in advance. And then right in here, you can kind of just preview template, save template, and use default template and just adjust this to your liking. You do have to upgrade your account if you want to continue editing it further. Okay, and then you have cancellation, rescheduling, follow-ups, etc., all the other standard things that you would expect. Okay, so let's just take a quick look at booking alerts. And now this is for you. And this is how you can set up so like when someone books through your website, you get an email right there. So send appointment notifications, send summary emails, etc. So weekly summary of the upcoming week, for example, that's really helpful, or daily, whatever it is you want. I mean, I would personally leave it on weekly because typically you're going to have set, schedule and people are going to book you a week or two in advance. It's nice to get an email and just a really just broad list being like, got this, and this coming up this week, whatever. Adding a blog to your Squarespace website. So how do you add a blog? It's very simple. So first things first, you have to navigate over to pages in your Squarespace dashboard. Go ahead and click on that. Now you have your main navigation and you have not linked. So if you want the blog post to be linked in the main menu bar, you want to navigate right here, click on plus, and then add in the blog. And that's what I'd recommend doing. Again, not linked means like you can just create pages for your site, but maybe you don't want them in the menu bar. Your blog is definitely one of those things you want to be linked to up top here. Anyways, click on the plus sign and then boom, right there, blog. So let's go ahead and click on that. Okay, so now you'll have a bunch of different options for how you want your blog post page to be laid out specifically. And so pick the one that you like. The one that I like is this classic grid layout. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. Okay, so a few things. So right now it says blog 2. We don't want it to say blog 2. We just want it to say blog, so leave it at that. Okay, so there we go. So now it's time to go ahead and click on edit. Okay, so we're going to click on edit. There we go. Edit, there we go. Okay, so now you can edit the individual blog page. So when your end visitor goes here and they click on the blog, this page opens up. So again, it's a website builder. You can just easily add in whatever section that you want to add. And then within the blog post page, these will just be populated based on what you publish. So what I would recommend doing is go to add a section and then come down here and let's go ahead and add in text. And then I would add this one right here. So this is your H1 title tag. And I would call this like your blog page. So like vlogging blog. That doesn't make any sense, but you get what I mean. Okay, so it's like action vloggers blog, whatever. Give it like just a page title. Okay, every page on your website should have an H1 title. So just leave it at that. Okay, so again, we can come down there and then we can add in an additional section. So for example, if we want to link to our email list, we can easily do that. So what you need to do is find where it says newsletter. Click on that and then add the box that you like, okay, the style, design, etc. that you really like. So for example, if I want to add on this one because I like this image, and there you go. So that's a really nice classic layout where you have a nice H1 title, you have your relevant blog post right there, then you maybe have a call to action at the bottom right above the footer for people to subscribe to the email list. Obviously, you're going to have to adjust the copy. Nobody's going to subscribe to your email list if you say subscribe to a newsletter. You have to give something of value to get people to subscribe. And so that just depends on whatever niche you're in. It just varies per website. Okay, so how do we actually like edit this section right there? Okay, so you want to click on the pencil icon. That's where you always go to adjust the look and feel of your website. So right here we have columns. So for example, if I make that 2 columns, it's laid out like this. You can increase it and make it 3. Horizontal spacing, so you can adjust how close and how far apart each individual blog post is to one another. Vertical spacing. You have a lot of little specific detail that you can easily adjust, and I really like this about Squarespace because it just looks good. And then again, colors, and then you have your presets, you have your palettes that you can just jump into and click on and adjust. And so, for example, if I want this one right there, the lightest one, and we'll say like, oh, well, that read more, like I don't like it being this like cream pink color thing. Like, no, let's change it to something else. So, okay, so like again, just same process as before. Select the palette that you want, click on edit, and then we'll confirm that we want to save our changes. Okay, now you want to find where it says like your read more links. So it's somewhere in here. So it's not background text. There should be like a read more link. So let's scroll down here and keep looking. Okay, there we go, right there, read more link. Okay, so we'll click on this and maybe I'll change this to a nice blue color. There we go. And we'll make it a little bit darker blue. Okay, there we go. That's much better. All right, so leave it like that. And there you go. So that's how you kind of can adjust things from here with ease. And of course, you can change your fonts, animation, about how each item appears as you want from this section right there with the site styles. Okay, so there you go. So that's how you adjust your blog page. So make sure, of course, to go here and click on save as always. Adjusting individual blog posts. So let's get started blogging with Squarespace. So first off, click on pages and then you want to click on blog. Now this is where you can publish new pieces of content and you can edit old pieces of content. Now you want to pay attention as well to this little gear icon up top there. And so this is where you can set the general settings. So your page title is this, navigation title is this, the URL slug is /blog, which is what we want. Then enable page. Yes, you want to enable the page. Set as homepage. You can set any page on your website if you want to switch out the homepage for something else. And that's it. Okay, so right up top there, you definitely would want to change this to be something a little bit more custom. So for example, like the like action bloggers blog, change it to something like the site title. Not a big deal though. And then just leave it at that. And so, okay, we'll click on save. And there you go. Okay, so that will adjust up top there, even if it doesn't change now, but that's where you change the settings like that. Okay, so adding in a new blog post, like how does that work? You click the plus sign. There you go. So welcome. This is a brand new draft. And that's it. So you can just get to work writing a new piece of content for your website. So right here, we can like enter a post title. So I'll just call this the post title. There we go. Then you can write in here. So again, this is just text to create a blog post. There we go. Okay. And that's it. So you can just continue on and keep adding in new pieces of content. So it works by way of a block editor. So like when you want to add in a new, say, paragraph, you come here, then you click on text, and then it's like, this is a new paragraph. Okay. All right. So a new paragraph. Oh my goodness, I can't spell. There we go. Okay, so now let's say like we have two paragraphs right there, and I want to add in like a new section right there. So I can click here again, same process before. Click the little plus sign there. Click on text, and then again we could make this into a subtitle. So we'll click on the plus sign there. There we go. Text. Okay, and then subtitle. I could highlight this text right there, and I can go ahead and make this maybe an H2 title tag. Again, don't forget you can play around with paragraph sizes. So you want to have this paragraph be like a little bit bigger and then kind of lead into this one that's a little bit smaller. You can go ahead and do that and just adjust the text to your liking. And so that's how you want to structure a blog post. So H1 title tag, paragraph, H2 title tag, and then any subheadings on the H2 should be H3, etc. Okay, so adding in multimedia is very easy as well. So again, you would just click on the plus sign and then find where you want to, whatever you want to add. So if you want to add in an image, you just click on the image block. Then you can just upload an image as appropriate. So we'll go ahead and actually delete that. Yeah, we'll remove this block. Okay, and let's click on the plus sign again. And so you have a wide variety of options that you can add here. So you can break up your content with a line, you can add in space, you can add in a newsletter if you want to quote someone. If you want to say embed something, so you can embed specific other sites like YouTube videos or a different URL, for example. So again, you have a wide flexibility with the website builder on the back end. Okay, so we'll click on the plus sign again, and so you can go through this on your own time to kind of look at different things that you want to add to your blog post. Again, you could even add in scheduling. So if you want to do that, like we did earlier with our different offerings scheduling, you want to put this at the very bottom. There you go. Okay, so people can kind of jump in here, find a blog post at the very bottom. Then you have your piece of content that people can kind of click on to book your time, whatever. Okay, and so that's really it. Okay, so blogging is quite simple. So now let's click over here and make sure to click on this little pencil icon. Now you have a few different options as well. So the content width, I definitely would consider adjusting this. So let me click on save, and we'll go back here. Let me open up this one right there, this blog post title 1, because it has some content to it. Let's click on edit. All right, so for example, let's click on the pencil icon and then go to content width. And so I personally like custom. So here you can adjust how wide or how narrow a piece of content is, which is really nice. You have your text alignment, you can center it, you can do whatever you want, meta position, above title, below title. So you can change it around like that so it looks like a book or whatever. Totally up to you. Then you can show categories if you want, or turn off categories. You can show dates if you want, or not show dates, show author name, show author profile. The delimiter style is bullets. So for example, like if you have pipe dash space, so for example, you have bullet points, how does that look? And so this is what you jump over here to kind of, again, adjust little details about the individual blog posts. So you click on colors, and again, you get access to your palette. So for this specific blog post, you want to change the color palette for some reason, you can go ahead and do that. All right, so once you're done, click on save. Then don't forget to publish up top there, but you also want to make sure to jump in over here and go into your settings. Now the settings are where you just adjust other aspects of the blog post that are just as important. So again, we have like our status, tags, categories. So if I click on this, we don't have any categories. So make sure to add categories to your website. So again, like a blog should have like 4 to 7 categories. They should be relevant to like what the topic is. So for example, like this website's about vlogging. So like YouTube, cameras, gear, that type of thing are like relevant categories, not thoughts or opinions, or make a category and call it blogs. Like those are all bad ideas. So there you go. Okay. So you can just jump in here and kind of move around, play around with things, and you can enable comments if you want, disable comments with ease just by clicking that button. And natively comments are turned off. So let's click on options. So options, you have your thumbnail right here. And so every blog post is associated with a thumbnail if you want. Definitely recommend it because these thumbnails appear within the blog post page of your website, as well as the potential to be picked up by Google if you rank number 1. All right, so if you set a thumbnail image over there, it does not add it to the actual blog post. Okay, you have to add that in manually yourself. Next, you have your SEO. So your SEO is pretty simple. Okay, so you have your SEO title. So your SEO title is the title of the blog post, the way it's going to appear in search engines. Then you have an SEO description, which you absolutely should add. So that describes what the blog post is for search engines. Then we have our social image right there. Okay, so if someone shares this blog post on social media like Facebook or whatever, what image is going to appear with this piece of content? You can add an image for that as well. Okay, then share. Okay, so you can you can create an email draft if you want. Location, you can add a location for this blog post if you want to. So these two features are not that important for most content marketers and most bloggers, but they are helpful to have added. So let me go ahead and click on save. There we go. Okay, and so that's really it. Okay, so that's really it within blogging within Squarespace. Okay, so you just create your content. The only thing you really need to pay attention to is to click the plus sign, add in additional text, make sure to use H2, H3 title tags, break up the piece of content, use things like the line, for example, to kind of make it a little bit more visually appealing. Add in videos, you can add in audio, you can add in a gallery if you want, calendar, charts, social links, a summary, all these really helpful aspects of your website. You can again, everything's already built in, like scheduling, products. If you have some type of e-commerce functionality enabled and products added to your website. If you have a membership aspect of your Squarespace website, you can just have a call to action to subscribe to that. Different integrations down there, like with Twitter, Instagram. So it's really helpful. And it's really just intuitive. Like you just click on whatever item you want to add in, and it just gives you the options of what you need to have to fill it out. So for example, if I click on Instagram, okay, so it's like display your own Instagram site feed, then choose an account, add an account, and then boom, okay. So then you can connect your own Instagram account right there, and then it'll automatically populate this. But in general, for most content creators, if you're serious about blogging, you're going to want to just stick to H2, H3, H4 title tags, paragraph text, images, and that's really it. Add videos, maybe create anchor links on the site, and it's really that simple. So this is a common question I get whenever I work with anyone building a Squarespace-based website. So it's simple. So first off, click on edit. And so this is our homepage again. then find the spot where you want to add in the blog post. So we'll just say the very bottom underneath there's a little scheduling thing here. So you click on plus sign and I know you want to like find something that says blog, or you're typing like blog. It's like that makes sense, but that's just not how it works with Squarespace. I don't know why they do it this way. It would make more sense just type in blog because that's what people will search for, but actually you have to find summary. And then right here, summary, then you can select the page. So what page do you want? We want the blog. So there you go. And then boom, that simple. Okay, so let's click on back. And now we have the primary metadata, date posted, secondary metadata. And so we can change, if you want to hide things like the dates, you can go ahead and do that. If you want to change the way this appears, you can do that. So number of items, if you want to minimize that. So maybe I only want 4 items to appear. How do you want this displayed? A carousel, a list, a grid. Like, again, you have different options to kind of play around with this and change the way that this is laid out. In general, I like the way the grid is laid out. So, the text is large, extra large. Like, again, you have little things that you can play around with over here to adjust everything. And so where's the metadata above and below, title, thumbnail, excerpt, you can hide all of this stuff the way at the click of the button, and this changes the way it appears on your website. And that's it. Okay, so this is how you add in a blog post section. So I definitely also would recommend, again, add a title right here. So it's like the latest, something like that. The latest, there we go. Okay, so to highlight this, we'll change this to an H2 title tag. And there we go. We could maybe bold it, whatever. Okay, and now we have our latest and greatest blog post right there on our homepage. Okay, so now it's time to go ahead and upgrade our account. So I want to show you email marketing, and I also want to show you e-commerce. And for that, I do need to upgrade my account. If you're on the 14-day free trial, there's no real need to do it right now. Just check everything out. You have access to most features of Squarespace. So let's get started. So one little thing I also want you to do before you upgrade your account is just to click the Squarespace logo, and then just make sure to verify your email address. Just click this item that says send verification right there. Now you should have 2 emails in your inbox. So you're going to have the welcome to Squarespace and then the call to action to upgrade now. And then once you click that verification, boom, this pops up over here where you can verify your email address. All right, so let me go ahead and click on website. And next, I'm going to go ahead and click on this little subscribe box and upgrade my account. So we have a bunch of different options. You can pay annually or monthly. For tutorial purposes, I'm going to pay monthly and then let it expire. But if you're going to be going with Squarespace as your content management solution, you definitely want to pay annually because it's just the best. You save so much, 30%. Anyway, so what's the best plan? In my opinion, the business plan is the best to start out with. It is the most popular for a reason. So you get a lot of helpful things. So for example, you get right down here, professional email, premium integrations, complete customization with CSS and JavaScript, whereas with the personal plan, you don't. And then more importantly, you get e-commerce. You get e-commerce with the business plan. So you can sell physical or digital products with your website, whereas with the personal plan, you can't. Okay. And so then we come down here. Then right down here, we have advanced web analytics, promotional pop-ups and banners, etc. Just all the little features that you need to make a blog, sell products, and engage in email marketing. Just all the stuff that you need is under the business plan. And then you can upgrade your account as need be. So let me go ahead and click on select. Okay, so right here, all you have to do is just fill out your account information. Okay, so once you submit payment, you're going to be looking at this page right here where it says you're ready to launch your website, okay? And that is it. So now you can get a domain name if you want, or you can just go to my site. So let's click on get a domain name. Okay, so you have a few different options right here. So you can either get a domain name through Squarespace. So if I click on this one right here, what's going to happen is that it's going to load up a registry right here. We could just search for the domain name that you want. Now, domain names are $20 to about $70 a year, depending on the extension. So this .legal is $70 a year. So .net, .org, .com are all $20 a year. And so that's a bit expensive, but you do get WHOIS protection for free. But in general, I definitely recommend you get your domain names at Namecheap, okay? Because this is the service that I use in all my tutorial videos. It's where I get all of my domain names. Domain names are typically between $5 to $8.88 a year, first year, and then you get free WHOIS protection as well. And then you're using Namecheap as your domain name registrar because If you get your domain name through Squarespace and then you want to move away from Squarespace, maybe in a year or 2 years or whatever, maybe you just want to move the domain name, use it for a different service, your domain name's stuck at Squarespace, if that makes sense. And so that's why I definitely recommend using Namecheap, because it's cheaper, you get free whois protection, and it's a proper domain name register. So let's go ahead and do that. Welcome to Namecheap.com. So let's get our domain name. So jump over here and type in the domain name that you want to register. So I'll just type in mysuperamazingblog.com. Let's see if this is available. Okay, so it's going to load and then it's going to come back and tell us whether or not it's available. So right here we have My Super Amazing Blog. This is the price for the .com, and let's go ahead and add it to our cart. All right, so let's go ahead and view item and then let's check out. And then right here, you can set the domain name registration. So you can register for 1 year in advance, up to 10 years. You get domain name privacy with your domain purchase. And then you can also set it to auto renew on or off. That's totally up to you. Now, domain name privacy is very important because you have to have publicly available information with any domain name. So you have to provide your name, your address, email, like actual contact information. And so domain name privacy keeps that kind of information, private. So, spammers, people just can't reach out to you, etc. So it is quite important, and you get it completely for free. So when you're ready and you find the .com that you want to register, or whatever domain name, go ahead and click on confirm order. So we got our domain name at Namecheap. How do we connect it to our Squarespace account? So what we need to do is navigate over here to your settings page. Okay, so let's click on that. Next, you want to navigate to where it says domain names right there. And that will take you back to this page that we were at previously. And you want to click on this, use a domain name I own. Okay, so use a third-party domain name. So I'm going to be using actionbloggers.com. Okay, so we'll click on the arrow. Okay, so now it's telling us transfer domain name recommended. Absolutely not. So we're going to be connecting domain names. So let's click on that. And then we're going to be using Namecheap. So again, you have this drop down. You can self-select the service provider that you're using. It should automatically populate with Namecheap because it should detect that, whatever. So just make sure to select Namecheap, then click on connect domain name. Then we'll click on continue. Okay, so now we have a bunch of records that we need to go ahead and copy and paste into our Namecheap account. So log into your Namecheap, log into your domain name registrar, find the domain name that you want to edit. And so this is domain name. You want to click on Advanced DNS. When you click on Advanced DNS, you're going to be looking at this page. All domain name registers are the same. You got to navigate to this spot within your domain name registrar. That allows you to add in records. Now, right down here, we can add in different records. So we can add a new record. What records do we need to add? Literally all of this. You need to just sit here for a few minutes and copy and paste everything in. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay, so I went ahead and added in all the records as required. The next step is just to click this little check mark for each one and just to save it. So let's go ahead and do that. Save changes, save. There we go. And there we go. And last one. All right, wonderful. Okay, so this is not instantaneous. You are going to have to wait a little bit, typically like 30 minutes to 2 hours max, okay? But just double check your work, okay? Just make sure you got everything right, and then you can test the connection. So I would personally just wait. Just wait half an hour, wait 2 hours max, come back here, test the connection, and everything should be working as appropriate. Email marketing. So what's really nice about the Squarespace platform is that it has email marketing built in, forms all built in, everything's integrated and just works. It's really nice. So let me go here and click on edit. And so to start collecting emails, you have to add email opt-in forms to your website. So you have a few different options. If you click the little plus icon, this is perfect for any type of blog post or maybe the section of your homepage, whatever. So say I want to add a newsletter opt-in form mid-sentence or mid-paragraph, I can do that. And you can obviously also go to your dedicated section and then navigate over here to where it says form or newsletter, go to newsletter. Then here we go. So we can add in these beautifully designed sections to add in an email opt-in form with ease. And that's how you start collecting emails on your website. But One issue is you can't actually send emails out yet because you need to pay for the email marketing feature within Squarespace. So if we navigate over here to marketing, then we go to email campaigns. Now, once you upgrade your account, you'll then be able to add an email opt-in email list plan to your Squarespace website if you want. You don't need to pay for this yet if you don't want to engage in email marketing. But if you want to engage in email marketing, this is what you need to do. So let's go ahead and click on select a plan. Now, once you do this, now you can upgrade to a dedicated plan, or just actually more like add a plan on top of your Squarespace account. Now, which one is best? Honestly, this one's the best. Like the $24 a month. Like that's what email marketing services go for today from any service. Like you want to go to ConvertKit, that's what they charge, okay? Now this one's the best one because you can send 20 campaigns a month. If you're like, what's a campaign? A campaign is just Squarespace's terminology for sending an email to your list. So for example, like the $5 a month plan, you can send 3 emails to your list once a month. 3 emails a month, that's it. You can't even send an email a week. And you don't even get automation. So at least with like the $10 plan, you do get automated campaigns, and the $24 a month, you get automated campaigns. So I would say at a bare minimum, I would go with the $10 plan right here because, all right, 5 campaigns a month. That means I can send a broadcast email to my entire list 5 times a month. And then I can have a whole collection of 5,000 emails, and then I can set up automated campaigns. So automated campaigns are not the same as like sending out 5 campaigns a month. This means like people subscribe to your list and they get this email automatically, then this email automatically, then this email automatically. That's not the same as like a broadcast email, which is what this is right here. So when you're ready to upgrade, I definitely recommend selecting one of these items. Again, you can pay annually or pay monthly. So for tutorial purposes, I'm going to be paying monthly, and I'm going to be going with this plan right here because I think, in my opinion, it's the best one starting out, simply because you get automated campaigns, and that is the entire point of email. Okay, so you want to build like your automated salesperson. You don't want to just collect emails and have to send out emails manually. You only get 3 emails a month. That's it. And 500 emails is so small. Like this one's way more effective. So go ahead and upgrade when you're ready. Email marketing with your Squarespace website. So once you add an email marketing plan to your Squarespace site, I want to walk you through everything that you need to know to get started. And so there are actually quite a few little details that you need to be aware of. So first off, you want to click over here and go to settings. This is the very first thing that you want to do. And you want to create a sender profile. So right here, we have sender name and sender email. So for example, the sender name should be like your name at yourwebsite.com or team at yourwebsite.com, whatever. It's the brand that people are going to see in their inbox right here. See how it says Squarespace? That's where this comes from, the sender name. Now the sender email. Okay, so if I type in something like hello@gmail.com, what's going to happen is services from Gmail, for any type of free service, is more likely to be marked as spam. Now you're paying for email marketing. You want your emails to hit the inbox, not the promotions tab, and definitely not the spam folder. So you're kind of wasting your money a little bit by being lazy and just using a Gmail account. So you definitely need to set up a proper professional email. So if I set up something like hello at, I don't know, we'll say Action Vloggers. There we go. actionvloggers.com. You're going to have to verify your domain name. And so you actually need access to this domain name. Okay, so let's back out of this. So if we come over here to our domain name, Action Vloggers. Now, if I come down here where it says to redirect email, I can't redirect emails using this domain name because our domain name is using another email service, Squarespace. Okay, so in general, I would recommend that you register a completely different email or a completely different domain name to be used as your email from address, from to at address, whatever you want to call it. And so just go ahead and kind of name it something maybe similar to what your website domain name actually is. Now, the other option that you have, I want to give you all your options. So we'll go back here to marketing and let's go back to home, come down here to settings, then go to Google Workspace. So with Google Workspace, you can set up a completely, not free, but a professional domain name, okay? But look at the price, $72 a year. That's crazy. Like, Google Workspace is really great if you have a team of people, but if you just need an email for email marketing purposes, it's crazy to be paying $72 a month for something so simple. And so that's why we're going to do a quick little workaround, okay? Now, let me navigate back out of this, okay? So, for example, let's take a look at EO Fire. There we go. Entrepreneurs on Fire with John Lee Dumas. Now, when he first launched his website was called Entrepreneurs on Fire, like completely spelled out, and he rebranded it to eofire.com because it's smaller and easier. But that's an example of having like two domain names. They sound the same. So maybe you could have like Entrepreneurs on Fire, and that's what you use for email. Totally up to you. But if you just want to get started with email marketing, this is what I recommend. All right, so click on add forward. Now the alias will be whatever you want your email to be, okay? So this is going to be hello at what? Hello at, let's scroll up, vlog how, okay? So this would be hello at vloghow.com, okay? Then where the emails get sent to, I want them sent to this free Gmail account. So let's go ahead and click on the little check mark. There you go. That's simple. So now we have a redirect email. We have hello at vloghow.com. Okay, so let's navigate back here and let's go back to marketing. There we go. Email campaigns. Let's click on settings. All right, let's add a sender profile. We'll click on this. Okay, Dave at, I don't know, let's just say website. Okay, keep it simple. And right down here, sender email. So we'll say hello at vloghow.com. There we go. Okay, so after setting up your profile, make sure to verify your domain name. Okay, so click on next. And then we sent a verification email to hello at vloghow.com. Okay, so I got the verification code. So here we go. So let me go ahead and highlight this right here. And let's go ahead and plug this in, enter verification code. Boom, click on next. And there you go. So hello at vloghow has been verified. So our emails are more likely to be successful. And there you go. So you save money on having to pay for Google Workspace, etc. And it's just a quick little way to kind of work around and get a professional email set up. All right, now we're finally ready to begin email marketing. So first little thing, just click on mailing lists, and this is where your subscriber list will be shown. So this is where people who have subscribed to your website will appear. All right, let's click back out of this. Okay, so now we have email campaigns, and go ahead and click on create. Now you can create a blast email or an automation. So a blast email is just sending an email out to your list. So if you got like 2,000 people on your list, this email is going to go out to 2,000 people. Automation. This is how you can set up automations on the back end of your website to do some of the heavy lifting for you. Very important to first set this up. So you want to navigate over here to welcome new subscribers. So you get two options. You have subscriber activity. You also have customer activity. So customer activity is when you have e-commerce functionality. You can say a thank you to a customer who buys something, coupon codes, recommended additional products, whatever. So for subscriber activity, definitely come over here, click on welcome new subscribers, and then choose any of these templates that you like. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll down a bit, and let's click on this one right there. Okay, so we'll click on use this template, and then everything loads on the right hand side, and then we can just customize the look and feel of this email with ease. So we have our automation after subscript right there. So for example, the automation right there. So after a person subscribes, this is what they're going to get. And so when a subscriber joins the mailing list, timing immediately. Okay. So you can adjust all of this as you want. So if you want to be silly and set it to 30 days later, you can do that. I mean, I don't know why you would do that. This is a welcome email. You don't want it going out 30 days later after someone subscribes. That doesn't make any sense. But anyways, that's it. Okay. And so the block builder over here works great. It works exactly like the rest of Squarespace does. So you click the little plus sign, then you have text, images, buttons, spacer, blog, etc. Anything else that you want to add in to your email that you want to send out. You have text, section color, font pack, font sizes, link color, and more. Okay. And it's really that simple. Now, next, once you go up top here, you have style and you have email. So style controls the look of the email. Email controls like where this email is going out. So the sender profile right there. Legal address, you definitely need to add in a legal address. And then right down here, you can activate automation and you can send a test. Okay. And it's that simple. So let's go ahead and enter in an active automation, and it's going to come up right there. So you absolutely do need to set this. So automation, so select the mailing list. Okay. So mailing list right there. We'll click on default. We'll click on back. There we go. Timing immediately. Good. All right. We'll say the subject is hello world. There we go. Enter a legal address. Okay, so business name optional, so business name. Okay, then put in a legal address. All right, so once you go ahead and do that, click on Activate Automation. All right, so it should pop up saying your automation has been activated. Okay, so here it is, and this is it. So after someone subscribes, and this is what they get. All right, so now we can click on Add. And so add subscriber activity, check in with subscribers. So we can add a check in with subscribers, and then we can maybe preview this template. Okay, we'll preview this template. This is fine. Click on use this template. Now, what you can do from now on is you can build out a very basic email autoresponder. So automation, so how does this appear? So when a subscriber joins the mailing list, okay, so they join the mailing list, timing 30 days later. Now, we can have it 1 day later, 7 days. So I probably would just go for 1 day later. We'll click on back, okay. So we have the style right there. You can adjust the style as you want. So we click on the email over here. Then we have everything else set up already. So hello again, preview email text, whatever. Then activate automation. All right, so select the mailing list. There we go. Default, there we go. Okay, there we go. So activate automation. All right, and click on OK. And there you go. So your automations will be listed out over here. So the person gets this immediately, then they get this 1 day later, then this email 7 days later, etc., etc., etc. And you can just set it up so people who subscribe to your list, then you can set up for 3 months in advance. So they get 3 months worth of content automatically without you having to do anything. And obviously you can also just go ahead and create a blast email. So like whenever you want to email your list, just come over here, click on the blast email, and then these emails will go out immediately to your list. Adding in e-commerce functionality to your Squarespace website. So we have the ability to add a basic store to sell digital, physical products with our website. Now I'm going to want to add in a shop link up top there, or store link, or whatever. Now navigate to pages. Okay. Now I know it says commerce, but you want to navigate here first to pages. Now click the plus sign, then click on store. Okay. Then this adds a store to our website. So click on store 1 or 2, whatever one you like. I'm going to click on store 1, and we'll change this to just say store. Click away, and there we go. Okay, so now we have a store set up with demo products, and now we have a few different things to do. So if we click on add a product, we have a few different options. So first off, you can import products from Etsy if you have an Etsy account, if you're an Etsy seller. Really that simple. Then you can also sell your own physical products, and you're responsible for shipping the products. And then you have digital products that you can sell. You can sell a service, so again, like coaching or whatever you want to have, and then gift card right down there. And it's really that simple. Okay, so for example, if we click on digital product, it's going to load. We can add an image, upload a file, set the price. Then we can adjust the URL, the social share. Then we can add these extra functionalities to this product, like product reviews, custom forms, etc. And that's it. Okay, it's really that simple. Then when you're ready, you just want to click on save and publish. Okay, so I'm just going to click on save. And I'm just going to click away because I'm not going to add a digital product. But if you want to do something like that, that's how it works. It's really that simple. And the same process applies for any type of physical products over here. Same exact screen, same exact information that you need to put in, except this time you have access to an SKU that you can set up for your own internal management. It's pretty basic, okay? This is not going to be a replacement for like Shopify. This is definitely geared for someone who has like maybe 5 to 10 physical products that you want to sell, etc. Okay, so let me back out of pages and let's go back to the home. Now we can navigate over here to commerce. Okay, so commerce is where we can have all the different details about selling stuff with Squarespace. So we can add products for sale, a way to get paid, choose how to ship products, publish your store, etc. So for example, we can add products for sale. I just showed you that. Then you have to set up a way for you to get paid. And with Squarespace, it integrates with Stripe, PayPal, and Square. So I would just go ahead and connect all three because that's what people use. Like Stripe's good for credit cards, PayPal, not that popular, but people like me use PayPal because I get paid via PayPal from a lot of different programs. So I always have money in my PayPal account. It's also quite, it's convenient for someone like me. But in general, you're going to definitely want to focus on Stripe. And that's it, okay? So set that up as a way to get paid. And then you have to set up how do you want to ship your products. So let's click here to add shipping items. Okay, so you can set a flat rate depending on the weight. Then you can have FedEx, UPS, and USPS over here. So you can set that up on the back end. Okay, so let's go back here. Okay, then we have discounts as well. Now, these are more advanced things that we don't have access to, like point of sale. You have to upgrade your account even further to get access to this, but you get access to like just selling like digital products, primarily with the business account. That's what it's best for, but you can sell physical products if you want. Then over here, we have customer notifications and low stock alerts. So again, it's not too advanced. It's very basic. But if you're looking to just be able to sell a few physical products, like from Etsy, for example, you're an Etsy seller and you want to integrate it into your Squarespace website, or you want to sell like digital ebooks, you can do that. What's really helpful down here too is you have your taxes and accounting also built in that you can go ahead and set up. So collect taxes from customers right there. And then we can come down there and set up our accounting. And so download the report. Very helpful because I can tell you from someone who runs an online business, like accounting is the most annoying thing of running a business than having to do quarterly taxes. And so, those are the things that you just need to take care of. And that's really it. Okay. So the commerce section of Squarespace is not too advanced, basic, but good enough depending on what you want to do. And the last is marketing and SEO for our website. So navigate over here to marketing. There we go. Okay, so now we have access to SEO, local management, promotional pop-up. All right, so if you click on SEO, what this allows you to just adjust is the SEO for your homepage right there. So again, we have action bloggers properly set up. And so if I want to change that, we can just come down there to the format. I can delete this and then just type in what I want. And then for individual pages, so we can have the page, then followed by the site title, which is a correct SEO layout. So there's nothing really to change there. Then you have your items. And so items are like items in your store. So this is the layout for it. And it's correct. There's nothing really to adjust over here. I'll go to click on cancel. Let's navigate back to marketing. Then over here, you have a couple different things that are really fun. So like promotional pop-up. So if you want to email opt-in form for your website, here you go. Okay, so you can kind of adjust and change the layout and how this looks. So if I want to click on this one, have it appear like this or like this, okay. Again, you can edit and adjust these things to your liking. So let's scroll down there. So we have a few different things. Okay, so there we go. Nice big pop-up for our website. So let's navigate back to the top. Okay, we'll click on cancel and we'll go back to promotional pop-up. All right, so display pop-ups, you can toggle it on or off. Now right down here, you can change the style, display and timing, content. So display and timing, we'll click on discard. Okay, so show the pop-up first, any first page someone visits, only certain pages. Then you can select the specific pages that you want this to appear on. You can show a timer after 5 seconds. In general, I would probably shy away from having this appear on blog posts. Again, not a big deal, but this is where you get a little bit more granular control over how these pop-ups work on your website. Then content is where you can just adjust this. So don't just say with a pop-up, join our mailing list, like give people a reason to subscribe to your list and, just something better than join our mailing list. And then action right there. So sign up to the newsletter, or you can just have it be click a button. If you don't want to have someone sign up for anything, just add a button. Read our guide on how to do XYZ thing. You can just lay it out like that. Keep it as simple as that. Or a Black Friday sale. Click here to view the Black Friday deals. Something like that. That's why you'd want to have it be like click a button, for example. Okay, so it's back out of this. Okay, and so then we have the announcement bar. And so disable announcement bar. If we enable the announcement bar, it appears at the very top of the website. So we can click on the little gear icon, email, web address, file page, and we can just edit and adjust the look of this. So again, you have to go back to edit. Then when you're in the edit screen, then you can adjust how this bar looks from there. Okay, so let's go back to marketing again. And then finally, you have your Instagram stories, products on Instagram, Facebook pixel. So for example, you can add in Facebook pixels. And so this is for your own internal marketing. So you can retarget people on Facebook, and really that's simple. So these are all the little extras that you get access to on the back end. Not too advanced, but just advanced enough so you can really, engage properly with Squarespace in your marketing efforts. The time has finally come where we can publish our website. So everything's set up. We have a custom domain name, the email marketing aspect, designing, blog, a store. We are really good to go. Now, if you're still on the 14-day free trial, you can't publish your website. It's set to private, and the only way you can publish it is by upgrading your account. So again, test it out for a week or 2 weeks, see how you like it. If you really like Squarespace, then go ahead and upgrade your account. Now, once you upgrade your account and you design your website the way you like, maybe you jump into a template and customize it after you watch this tutorial, or maybe you just customize your own individual website, whatever, then it's time to publish your website. So go ahead and click on Publish Your Site. And then right up top there, you can have it be password protected or public so anyone can see the site. And then click on Save. So that's it. So your site is now live, and you can check out what you've created and share your site directly on social media, whatever. So now it's available, it's live, it's searchable, etc. So anyways, that is it for this tutorial. All right, everyone, that's it for this tutorial video on how to create a very beautiful website and blog from scratch using Squarespace. If you enjoyed the video and you learned something, consider subscribing and hit that like button. My name is David from websitecreativepro.com. Thank you very much for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye.